Hey y'all, welcome to another Hippie Unplugged. Yeah, third or fourth this month, I don't remember, and I can't look. And I don't edit these, so the hums and haws and sniffs or whatever are just part of it. And a reminder to all of you, don't share this video. People have to pay. This is the only gift I can give y'all, and this is another free one this month. Remember, I only mark one of them as paid, and that was already published. Pitter patter and get at her, right, Hippie? I think first I need a toke because, my friends, I'm about to get political. Before we do that, Granddaddy Purple and a clean rig. That's beautiful. That's beautiful, friends. And that calms me down enough to say, Twitter is not a liberal company. Google does not lean left. MSNBC is not a left-leaning corporation. My friends, politics are only a game corporations play. It's not a fundamental piece of who they are. And I know you're probably saying, Hippie, explain thyself. Well, I'm about to. Calm down, huh? Seriously, on the very base note, I want to challenge the fact that people are calling Twitter left-leaning and Google left-leaning. They are definitely a woke company. And you can bet that most of the people that work for Google, most of the vocal people that work for Google and Twitter and MSNBC and CNN are left-leaning. But there's a silent minority or maybe even majority amongst them all that are conservative. What I'm trying to say, I know, spit it out, but I'm a little bit high. Corporations are not by nature political. They are by nature reflections of society, reflections of what they need to be or need to present in order to continue to survive. They are not political. Like myself, when I was growing up, I was very liberal, very into the compassionate side of the political spectrum. Not saying that conservatives are not compassionate. We look at it a different way. The liberal wants to hold someone's hand and bring them along, where the conservative wants to guide, but let you come along on your own power. And if you don't have the power, find a way to get it to you, not just give you the power. That's the major difference. Businesses don't represent that. Businesses are either woke or not woke today for one reason and one reason alone, and that is the almighty data. I'm not going to say money because money isn't very important anymore. Data is important, and they want your data. They want your clicks. They want your information, your phone number, your name. They want anything they can learn about you and thereby sell to somebody else. So, Twitter finds that the majority, through probably research of the algorithms, that the majority of the people arguing and fighting and being vocal are the woke left. So they become a reflection of that, knowing full well that a fair amount of the people on Twitter are conservative or are quiet liberal, and there's a lot more quiet liberal than woke liberal. The woke liberal are just louder, but if they represent themselves with what is currently the flow of society, which is you're either woke or you are in danger of being canceled, so be quiet. Companies have decided to show themselves as woke. There's a few out there, there's the Fox that is, and I was about to say that is conservative, and they're not. They just found a niche in society that the conservatives were not being sought out, and that there was enough of an audience, enough people who wanted a total right-leaning thing. Once it becomes, it's knowledge here. Once what's knowledge here, and I represent to you with words very quick soon, becomes more common knowledge, you're going to see centrist companies. And what I mean by that is the pendulum swung left. Society was moving left. We all know that. And it started with political correctness in the 90s, and it moved into the woke millennia. And it's gone way too far. And we all know it's gone way too far. Even some of those that are pushing it that way say it's gone too far. So as it comes back, companies are going to start seeing that people on the right and people on the left are tired of only getting the information that they represent themselves as wanting when they really want to learn. Most of us don't care what side we are in a political spectrum. Most of us don't go to a political rally. Most of us sit in our homes or on our streets or with our friends, and we talk about many, many different subjects, and depending the subject, we may fall on the right or the left of that subject. We do not need a society that has an overarch above you saying this person's liberal, this person's conservative, this person's far right. No, we just need to have information and grow, because I think everybody is slowly moving to the center. And what's the center? The center is a compassionate society that can find, we have the data now, that can find those that just can't help themselves, no matter what you do, can't help themselves. And thereby allocates funds, resources, people, whatever's required to help those people. But can also find those that just need, through data, and I know I get lost in this, through data we can find those that would take advantage of a left-leaning help up, but don't need it. We could find those people and give them the right kind of incentive, and we can find out what incents them. We're getting some pretty good knowledge of the brain, and incentivize them to help themselves. So we get the best of both worlds. We get the compassionate side. We get the be strong and carry on side. And we get the middle where everything melds together. So corporations are not... I learned this in university. I thought it was funny that a corporation, by law, is considered a person. You can have a company, a LLC, limited liability corporation. You can have a sole proprietorship or partnership, and it isn't a person. But once you incorporate, once you become a corporation, that is a person. It's funny that they haven't even gotten them one vote, but that corporation is a person. But we got to stop this, I think it's called onomatopoeia, giving human characteristics to something that isn't human. We got to stop it with corporations, because they're not human. They do not have a tendency to go right or left. They have a board of directors that will decide on the direction. And it may involve politics, but it's the politics of those people, not the politics of the corporation and the politics of that board of directors or leaders or agents of the company. They don't they represent the company, but they are not the company. The company is an entity in and of itself that pays taxes and exists in the world, but it is not a person, and we gotta stop giving it human characteristics such as a political leaning. It doesn't have one. And we gotta stop saying, I'm conservative, I'm liberal, when reality says, I bet you every single one of you that watch this is a different part on the political spectrum. And depending on the subject, you will move. Maybe you'll only move within the left or only move within the right, but I think most of us move on either side of a very wide fence. And that's what I'm trying to get to, is we're all the same. And we're all so freaking different. Vive la différence. Vive la différence. And have some more Granddaddy Purple. If you're watching this today, I'm going live tomorrow, but if it's already tomorrow, the day past, and you're watching it, I went live yesterday or the day before. I don't know. I'm just having fun because you guys are the most special of my followers, those who continue this. And welcome, Phoenix Summer. Thank you. Peace, cheers, love and harmony.